Well, I've been given the dispensation to sit down. Well, good afternoon, Presiding Bishop, as maybe you are already aware, we have here two groups, all from the same sort of continent, that is Europe. We have originally 8 from UK, and then 3 from the United Methodist Germany, okay, being part of our ministerial lay mission trip. And then also in town we had also 2 wonderful ladies. So
I remember them so well at my election.
Yeah.
Pictures with me.
Yeah.
Yes.
So making the British contingent to be 10. Okay. Sister Eve already was in town to celebrate her birthday. Her birthday, and then to be part of the Christmas celebration. And then the Menchia Palace lady is in town to attend the funeral. Yeah, because she's a royal. So she came last night. So the two of them will go to Mass very soon. So all of us, we are here, and I think at this point, let me first of all introduce the 2 wonderful personalities. And then each of us will mention the name.
Your colleagues.
We have seated here the presiding bishop, or in our context, the president of the Methodist Church Ghana, Most Reverend Titus Awortwi Pratt. Okay, don't forget that. Reverend Titus.
That's the first question.
Awortwi Pratt. Okay, I don't want to bore with all his CV and all that.
No.
And I've been calling him a British man. Literally, I was sleeping when he's not there. And then we also have the presiding bishop. We also have another wonderful gentleman, the administrative bishop, or in our context, secretary of conference or conference secretary. Okay, in the person of Right Reverend Dr. Kobina, well, Paul, that's the different Right Reverend Dr. Paul Kobina, wow, yes, he's the administrator. I don't also know to bore you with all the CV. Well, I will speak to you about him because he studied somewhere where we are somewhere. Later we'll talk about that. Okay. Yeah. So sir, we are here, and I will start introducing ourselves for our wonderful lady.
Thank you. I'm Reverend Vicky Davidson from the London district, and I have pastoral charge of 3 churches in the south west of London: Sunbury, Hampton, and Hamburg.
I'm Reverend Paul Saunders. I'm the Superintendent Minister in the Chelsea Hammersmith Fulham Circuit in the London District, and I have charge of the Hammersmith Church.
I'm Reverend Paul Worsnott. I'm a Superintendent in the Nottingham East Circuit, where I look after Sherwood Church, which has a Ghanaian fellowship, and I'm also Deputy to our District Chair, Lorraine Miller, who will be President of our conference in the end of June. Yeah.
I'm Oluyemisi Jayesibi, and I have pastoral charge of Greenford and Norfolk Methodist churches in West London.
I am Bettina Schauschmidt from Frankfurt in Germany, and I'm a lay person.
Lay person from Frankfurt.
Yes.
My name is Ulrike Schreck. I'm also from Frankfurt, from the other congregation in Frankfurt. We have twice. Two, yeah.
And I'm Michael Schreck, the husband. I'm the lay representative of the Frankfurt Christ Church.
Right.
I'm Deacon Keena Saunders, one of the ministers at Methodist Central Bournemouth Minister.
Right. Central.
Yes. And I'm Eve.
I'm not Margaret Lay, Methodist UK.
Right, it's good to have you back. And are there any ideas you want to share with us? Maybe your rounds, you were able to observe a few things that you think if we should know we could either be of assistance in partnering or improve upon or introduce something. Do you have anything insightful to share? Yes. Yes, sir.
I didn't mention this, but probably I mentioned it, that I was quite impressed with Abu Fadl mentioning when he was greeting Buhari, saying Muhammadu Buhari, President of the Federal Republic of the Mighty.
Yes, mighty.
It's the only country that he qualified. And I'm saying that because I am also Nigerian. Being British, studying British conference. And when we went to I must say that I came about 6 years ago with 2011. And coming this time, I didn't go to the north then, but this time I had been to the north, and that was quite an eye-opener. And one of the things that I remembered as I was in the north was something not in Britain, but something that happened in Nigeria. And I belong to a church called Trinity Methodist Church that decided to adopt a church in the northern part of Nigeria. It was called Trinity Methodist Church, Guadalajara. And I think what they did challenged many other churches in the south to do the same, to adopt churches and to actually see them as their babies. And I was just asking the question that, has that happened here? They said it has been suggested, but maybe it's something worth revisiting, because it eventually took off a little bit by little Nigeria, but I think eventually, because they have the same vision you are having, that we need to, invest in the north, but they felt that having this twinning system and it made churches compete with each other. My baby is doing better than your baby. So I just felt I should, that's something that really touched me when I was there, and I felt.
I think we were all impressed by the energy and the faith and the vision of the Bishop of the Northern Region, Right Reverend Nathan Samwini, I've got his name here. Yeah, we spent some time with him. He was very hospitable and showed us a lot of things to think about, and think about how we might be able to help in the future.
Work up there.
Even I felt quite strongly that Guadasson could look at developing marketing some of the clothing as an increase, a sort of income stream, income generating. Particularly, I know that they do make clerical clothing. It's very difficult in the UK to get nice women's clerical clothing. So I'm being entirely selfish here.
That's right. Yes.
But I do feel that might help them, if it could be encouraged. And certainly even I would be happy to help that at the other side.
If it's well done and well packaged.
Yes. I mean, these are the issues, aren't they? But the discrepancy in cost in garments from the UK and here, when I asked for a quote to have what Eve is wearing, is 1,000 Ghana cedis. So they could make, they could be cheaper than everyone and still make lots of money.
Yes. Well, it's a good idea. Something to
The Presiding what she said is true about this clerical shedding. I mean, a normal basic clerical shed in the UK is around £35–40.
Yes.
For one. Here, pounds even actually the high side. So I think we can encourage them to do a lot, and then bringing it there will not be a problem. We know what to do. Cargo, just bring it there, then market it, sell it, but if I with the stall, most people ask me to get them stalls because their one stall is something else, and then cassock, even the cassock, it's various £100. But here, anything. So we can look at that and see.
I did tell Mickey that most of the choir that we have, the choir robes are made here.
Yeah, all of us, we bring them here.
So I mean, this is a way we can actually market a skirt, place like Congress or whatever. You have a exhibitions. When you have the main kind of organization, you have exhibitions. So if you have a link and you have kind of exhibition, yeah. And this is a way that we can as really put on a map, so to speak, because I think they do very good work, and this is another way of putting them on another level. Use the girls and income generate, which they desperately need, for the infrastructure, for staff payment and all that. Which, I think it would be a good
Well,
idea.
we have an investment unit here that would ask them to look into the possibility of getting a proper, well-structured activity registered, to do good business. And then we see how that goes. We started on the minor scale. You were in Kumasi.
Yeah, we went to Ghana,
You went to the Informant Center.
yeah.
Yeah.
The building there, the Methodist Ministers project. And we have a body that looks after it. Methodist Investment and Projects Limited. Yeah. With a board and a directorate handling it. So we'd like them to study the possibility of going into those areas properly, well done, well structured, well done, and then we see how it goes. Apart from that, we also now we've taken over the supply of diaries. The Methodist book, you call it bookshop. Ours is the book depot. Used to supply ministers and local preachers. It was ministers with pocket diaries by this size every year. But it stopped somewhere along the line. But it's come back by the same MIPL. Now there's it. This for this year. And copies are coming. Memento for each one of you. And this body is handling it, and a few other things, so that with them looking into this possibility of going into this thing, we may have a
to us would have conveyed what in a few days we've been able to experience. You have to come and see it, smell it, touch it, and hear it. And I agree. I think what the north-south divide has been very clear, and even then the urban-rural divisions. I think it's important. I think people will catch on a lot quicker if they actually go up there and see it.
It was interesting to know that about 15 minutes from there being no thick traffic from the center of Accra, 15 to 20 minutes, you will reach rural Accra. You will never believe it's just near Accra. Similar to the situation in the north. And so when one time we were able to do something extra for the north, our attention was drawn to what about nearby, Pokwasi, Mayira, those areas. And what happened eventually was that Accra circuits adopted groups of churches and villages that area to assist, meeting the salaries of evangelists and catechists, those who go there, and scholarships to boys and girls who do well, brilliant but needy students and all that. We went out there. We were able to identify, discover some talents that we never knew existed. And my sister was saying that it's too far, it's too far. There are some people in Accra. Ask them to go to Pokwasi, it's warm. They won't go. It's too long, far away. Haven't you arrived yet? They don't want to travel. Yeah, some don't want to travel. So even if you tell them the story or show the photographs or pictures, it doesn't seem to be. So when they get there.
One thing that warmed my heart, and it somehow tells it what we're talking about, is having a chat with somebody who was going to bring to the ministry here. And he was talking about the youth and the youth are very, very close to my heart because I've been a teacher for many years.
Mm-hmm.
I call them the rising generation.
Yes.
We're talking about the youth, and it was saying that there's a time that the youth felt they were not being listened to, but that now they actually did. It turned around,
Yes.
and they felt listened to, and so there was a real move forward with it, and we can see it, and that warmed my heart. And I was just saying, I hope, I just pray that somehow we can get our youth, we can do something about our youth back in Britain. That really warmed my heart, and it just goes with the idea that when we listen to people, when people are brought in, it makes all the difference. And he was saying that, and so that's something that definitely did warm my heart. And it just goes with what we've been saying, that seeing. Well, believing, you believe, but also they're seeing also, which is also believing.
Okay, right. I think the